What is going on, y'all? I know I'm supposed to be on a break. I take off every December from streaming. But this is going to be a shameless infomercial. Turn my name on so you know who I am for the boot camp I have coming up. I've been posting about it and posting about it. You know, I'd originally taken, or not originally, not long ago, I had taken all the training offers. Kenny D, man, I haven't seen you in forever, dude. How are you, sir? I'd originally taken all the training offers off of my offer sheet because I didn't want to be known as the training guy. Hey, Sandra and Deb, good to see y'all. I didn't want to be known as a training guy. I wanted to be known as the producer. But the more people I talked to, the more sales calls I got on, the more I saw a need for the training. And I don't know what's going on. My comments all of a sudden quit populating into Restream. So I can't bring anybody's comments up. That is annoying as hell. That's only happened to me one other time. Anyway, there's a need for it because there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there, a lot of solopreneurs, a lot of people in a very startup phase of their business, and they don't have, just like me, the budget is not real big. Here comes some of them. It's just slow. LinkedIn's acting slow. The budget is not real big. The marketing budget is it, right? So it really kind of spoke to me because I was like, well, if this is the need, then let me try and fill it. Because, you know, it's not always about making the money. It's about helping people. And that's not like virtue signaling or anything, but I generally like to help people. Hey, Melissa, I see you. I like to help people. I like to help people get started, and I can empathize with people that are in the very beginning phases of their business because that's exactly where I am. So right now I offer live stream production. It's full service, turnkey, white glove, whatever you want to call it, where I literally do everything but source the guests for your show. And then I also do live stream one-on-one training where we'll spend some time talking about live stream strategies for success. Hey, Ann, I see you. Live stream strategies for success. How to run the show, how to run Restream, which is the platform. Everything you need to know top to bottom on how to live stream. Yes, it is, Deb. Helping people is a way of life. Let me find that comment. Where is it? Hey, Julie. Chris Smith, what's going on, man? I get squirreled out on the comments, y'all. This is something I talk about in my training and in the boot camp. Also, is how not to squirrel out on the comments. But anyway, so budgets are tight, and I get that. So this is the first time ever that I'm doing this. I'm doing a boot camp, a group training to teach people how to live stream. I'm really excited about it because I just finished up a group business coaching course with Lauren Rilling. Thank you, Melissa. I appreciate that. From her mouth to y'all's ears, y'all. Carl Sean Watkins, my brother from another mother. What's good, man? He's a fellow live streamer. And I really enjoyed the group dynamics. The first time I'd ever gone through anything like that, as far as any kind of group training. I really, really enjoyed it. And so I thought, I said, let me try it. I'm doing one-on-one stuff. Let me try the group thing and see how it goes, because it's just so cool to sit there and, you know, talk to other people and have their feedback and their interests and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, this is true. I will start hunting if you drop animals in here. Y'all better watch it. It's just such a great way the dynamic is totally different. And it's just fun. So I thought I would try my hand at leading one. And it's going to be super budget friendly. So just to put it into perspective, my live stream one-on-one is $1,200. It's 4 sessions, and I'm actually fixing to probably add another session. to make it 5. I'm kind of redoing it and reworking it a little bit to make it a little more streamlined. It's $1,200. The live stream boot camp is going to be $500. It's 6 weeks, 6 weekly sessions. We start on January the 10th. Pretty soon. Amy is backstage. She's running the sign up. I should probably drop the sign up link. Where is it? In here. In the chat. Here it is. There's a sign up link. If you want to sign up, it is $500, 6 weeks. We're going to start off with, and let me pull up my outline so I don't mess this up. The intro into live streaming is going to be the first session. We're going to talk about why live streaming should be part of your content arsenal. I talk about this on LinkedIn a lot, y'all. Video is the thing now. It builds the like, know, and trust factor because people get to see you. They get to hear your voice. They get to feel like they know you. And there's actually a psychological term for that. It's called parasocial. And it's described, Wikipedia defines it as the phenomena when somebody feels like they get to know and trust someone that they see either on TV or on the internet, on social media. They get to know you, or they feel like they get to know you, they like you, they trust you, just from seeing you and hearing you. So doing video is crucial for that, but live streaming really amps that up because just like you can see here, it's live one-on-one. There's people in the chat talking to each other, talking to me. I can answer questions if I'm paying attention to it. Yeah, Festivus. Yeah, now. Do it now. Sign up now. But live streaming really puts the like, know, and trust factor and the parasocial factor that comes with video, pre-recorded video, on steroids because it's live in the moment. You have just watched me for the past 8 minutes squirrel the hell out on these comments, get interrupted, talk to people. And that's another thing. It's interactive. So I'm not streaming to YouTube, Julie. I'm doing this right on just on LinkedIn right now. I probably should have done it to YouTube, but oh well. So it amps up the like, know, and trust, the parasocial factor of your videos because it's in the moment. You get to see, people get to see all the mistakes, all the oopses and uh-ohs and oh craps, and get to watch you brain fart when you lose your train of thought and all the things. And it really humanizes you as a person, even more than video does. So it's going to be crucial for you to incorporate live streaming into your content. I call it your content arsenal, because we all know you have to have some variety in your content, right? And then not to mention, so after you live stream, you can download the recordings. You can pull clips out of it and post it as content. So you take a 30 to 40 minute show once a week. That is roughly 2 hours of content a month. You can clip stuff out of that and post it later across all your social media platforms. It is like the ROI on your time is ridiculous on it. So you spend, let's just say it's a 30-minute show. So let's say you spend roughly an hour a week between prep time and finding guests and all that. So you spend 4 hours a month on it. You have video now that you can post that you don't have to worry about recording. You also have audio that you can download and publish as an audio only podcast. So for 4 hours a month, you've got just a ton of content at your fingertips ready to post. And it's fun, y'all. Like, it's fun. There's 10 people here now. There was about 15 earlier. They're talking to each other. They're talking to me. Yep, you're exactly right, Enrique. Where's that comment? Boom. Many live streamers don't engage with the audience, so it makes it extremely boring. This is key, y'all, for your live streams to be effective. I say it all the time. I'm going to cover it in the boot camp. If you want your live streams to be successful, and to be fun and to have people coming back to them, you've got to engage with the audience, even if it means swirling out like I've been doing for the past 10 or 15 minutes. Enrique, I have not actually monetized my streams yet. All the money I get comes in the training and the producing for people. I know people that have sponsors for their shows. It's something I'm going to work on next year, is getting people to sponsor the show. And really, Russ Hedge is the one that got me into thinking about getting sponsors, because all of his shows are sponsored. He's the guy to ask about it. And when I get ready, I'm going to kind of have a chat with him on how he does it and all that kind of stuff. But sponsorship is definitely a thing to look at down the road once you've kind of built an audience. Is to get sponsors for your show. And once again, audience engagement. That's what I was talking about. Thanks, Aya. You got to engage with your audience. That's what keeps people coming back. People don't come back just for the amazing guests that I have, because I have some really amazing guests. It blows me away sometimes, the caliber of people that I can get on the show. But you got to engage with your audience. You got to squirrel out a little bit. You got to recognize people as they come in. You don't have to do it through the whole show. You pick times. You can pick times. I do it a lot at the beginning, and then kind of slack off a little bit while I'm talking or while my guest is talking. But I'm almost always, it's a little bit harder to do when you're doing a solo live like this. When you're doing it with a guest and your guest is talking, it's a little bit easier to be bringing comments up on screen as they come in. What's up, Anthony? He's been spamming my DMs all day with a cool new little tool he found. And it's just a great way to build credibility and let people get to know you. I never brag about follower count. I never brag about metrics or anything like that, because compared to most people, mine are pretty small. I've got like 7,100 followers. A large part of that is due to me live streaming. People have gotten, and it's humbling. Like I say this very humbly. People have gotten to know me through my live streams, and I've gotten to know them. And people come back week after week to see me and whoever I have on the show. And I'm not anybody special. Like, you can do it too, but it's doing it the right way. You have to be really big name to get, more than 20 or 30 people on your live stream. Travis Lochner gets a ton of people on his, but he was also named one of LinkedIn's 50 top voices or something like that. When you get to where you're having, 15 to 30 on your streams on a regular basis, you're doing something, you're doing good. And people, I've heard people say, well, the reach on them is bad because only 15 or 20 people show up. But think about it. You've got 15 or 20 people's attention for 30 minutes, and they're paying attention to what you said. If somebody asked you to go speak to a room in a live event, for their company for 20 or 30 people, you'd be ecstatic to do that, right? I would. If I got to go talk about live streaming to a room full of 20 or 30 people, I'd be overjoyed. So to be able to do this once a week and engage with my audience, get to know you guys, get to know people like Enrique and Anthony and Julie and Ann. And I just recently connected with Aya. Who else is in the audience? Randy House is in the audience. Kenneth Dunner Jr., Kenny D. I don't know how many of my live streams that dude showed up to before I realized that we weren't even connected. He was just showing up in the comments, supporting and having fun and talking to me and talking to other people. Amy Leanne Wills. I always call her Amy Leanne Wills. I never call her that to her face. It was her fault that I got into live streaming. I saw a live stream she did with Josh Kruger, and it was fun. They were just having a conversation. It was snarky and sarcastic and funny, and I thought, I want to do that. So I did. I started doing it. And actually, I'm going to have Amy and Josh, the two people that are responsible. Like, it sounds dramatic, but it's really not. Like, I watched a live stream with Amy and Josh, and it literally changed the course of my life, because I found something I loved because of that. And now I'm turning it into a business. I get to help other people find their love of it. and I get to make money doing it. So it literally changed the course of my life, and I couldn't be more grateful to both of them for that. And then Amy's, she's my friend anyway. I don't know Josh that well because he disappears from LinkedIn for years at a time. Thank you, Deb. That is awesome. Woohoo! Raul's in the house. Yes, exactly. Live and then replay. So that's another thing. It lives in your feed after it's over. And number one thing I tell people, if you're going to live stream, and if you're not doing this yet, Aya, you need to do it, is start streaming to YouTube. I don't do anything to promote my channel. That's going to be over the next year, maybe the year after. It depends on how things go. I just don't have a lot of bandwidth and time to devote to it right now because I still work a full-time job. I'm doing the live streaming stuff on the side. But you got to stream to YouTube too. Just because it's a library, right? So this stream will show up in my activity section, but if I want to reference something from it a year from now, I've got to scroll back through a year's worth of posts to try and find it, right? So it's a pain in the butt. Thank you, Enrique. I appreciate that, man. It's a pain in the butt to try and go find your stuff in your LinkedIn feed. So stream to YouTube, because if you ever want to point a potential client, a friend, family member, whatever, to some of your live video content, it's so much easier to find it on YouTube than it is on LinkedIn or Facebook or wherever else. So stream to YouTube too. You can, if you have a really great show about something and you're talking to a lead and you're like, oh, I did a really cool live stream on this, you can give them the link to that video that quick, versus trying to find the link on LinkedIn when you did it 6 months ago and you've made 200 posts since then, right? So stream to YouTube. What else? What else are we going to talk about in the boot camp? So we're going to go over strategy. I'm going to show you how to set up Restream, which is this platform I'm on right now, how to create and promote your events, how to do pop-up live. So this one was done with an event. You can also, if you just randomly have something on your mind, you can just go live without creating an event, just off the cuff. Show you around inside the studio, show you how to troubleshoot, show you how to run the show. So there's a lot that goes into running the show, which is why I squirrel out on the comments, which is where having a producer comes in, because he takes a lot of that load off of you. But talk about engaging with your audience. I'm going to talk about how to handle the comments, especially if you're going to use your audio for a podcast. You need to think about how you're handling the comments. How to handle it if trolls show up, how to handle it if, you have a technical glitch, show you how to bring presentations in. Like I can bring a slideshow or a PowerPoint presentation into the studio and show it while I'm live streaming. I can do the same thing with a video. I can bring a video in and show it while I'm live streaming. This is something that my one-on-one clients don't get right now. I'm probably going to add this soon. I'm going to show you how to do post-production. I'm not great at video editing and creating videos, but clipping a video from a live stream, a 1 to 3 minute clip, putting a title bar at the top, captioning it, and you don't even have to do that anymore because LinkedIn auto captions for you. I always do captions though, and I turn the LinkedIn captions off for that video because I like prettier captions than that, just because it makes it look better, and the software I use does it for me. But I'm going to show you how to clip the videos. I use wave.video to edit and, kind of do my little add-ons. I put captions on it, background music, and I put a title bar on it. And then that's how I post my videos. Super simple. The longest part, the most time consuming part is finding the clip, finding the timestamp. Okay, I want to clip this section right here because you have to go back and watch the whole thing to pull those clips out. But once you find the clip, you pull it, you throw it over into Wave, do your thing. Like I can, from start to finish, from clipping to posting. Hey, Holly, did I miss Holly? She here? Is that LinkedIn user? I don't know. LinkedIn's acting crazy. I can have it done in like 10 minutes. It's like nothing at all. So super simple, super easy to do. And then I'm going to have a bonus session where it's mainly going to be a lot of Q&A, which you'll have a chance to, do some Q&A during the individual sessions, but do some Q&A talking about how to book your guests and booking tips, like what to do if, Holly, you're showing up as LinkedIn user. I don't like that at all. How to handle it because once you start doing this a little while, people are going to start approaching you wanting to come on the show. And it's important to guard your show. Like if you're not vibing with someone, you don't want them to come on your show, right? And you got to learn how to say no. I had to learn that the hard way. I had a couple of shows that were just they weren't great. Nothing bad happened. You could tell it was a struggle. It was for me. And then I get DMs later. Hey, what was going on with the show? It was a little weird. So you want to learn how to book guests, how to tell people no, how long to book out, and a booking process and all that. I'm really relaxed in my booking process. It's normally I find somebody cool and I shoot them a DM or an email and be like, hey, will you come on the show? And then we just have a conversation. But you can create a form, like a Google form. And I'm giving all this away now, but you can create a Google form with questions and stuff like that, much like you would on an onboarding process. Carl Sean Watkins has a pretty intense booking form that's really cool. Anyway, I'm going to talk about all that in the bonus session, and I'm also going to talk about how to brand your show so it looks professional, right? So without breaking the bank. And that's the thing. So everybody has Canva. I happen to use Canva and Wave.video. I make all my intro videos in Wave, my outros, my moving backgrounds, like this or like this, are all done in Wave.video. So I'll just go over some stuff on how to brand it, how to do overlays and stuff so that it looks good, it looks professional, and you haven't spent a ton of money on, a bunch of software. Oh, there's Holly. She's not showing up. She's showing up as LinkedIn user in Restream. It's weird. It's a privacy setting. So yeah, that's the boot camp. 6 weeks. We're going to start January the 10th. It's a Tuesday. It'll be every Tuesday for 6 weeks at 7 p.m. Central Time, and it's $500, y'all. You can't beat it, and it probably won't. And I'm not trying to build any false FOMO or anything. It's because this is my first one. I'm doing it at a discounted rate, but after this, it'll probably go up a little bit. But at the same time, it's not going to go up a whole lot because I really want to be able to help people that are just getting started in their business and don't have a big budget to blow on marketing, or to spend on marketing, not blow on marketing, but to spend on marketing, that are like me but want to do something and want to do it right, because I know how effective live streaming is. Y'all, and I'm not bragging. You can go look at the recommendations. Look at the things some of the people have said in the comments. Because of me live streaming and the content I put out, I'm top of mind with a lot of people when it comes to live streaming. The same will be true for you and whatever your industry is if you start live streaming. I can say that 100% guaranteed. It takes a little work to get the show going. It's not going to happen overnight. It took me I've been streaming now for almost 2 years. And it's taken me a little while to get it built up. I've had a lot of trial and error, learned what worked and what didn't, because when I started, there wasn't anybody that I knew of that was doing one-on-one live stream training or group trainings or anything like that. Thank you, Holly. I appreciate that. Not a paid advertisement. Yeah, thank you, Anthony and Travis. But I say that not bragging. I just say that because I know what it's done for me, and I know what it can do for you in your business. It's that effective. So anyway, that's really all I have. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me on this Tuesday night. Do y'all have any questions about anything at all, about live streaming, about the boot camp? And LinkedIn is like way behind, man. LinkedIn is just showing Holly's comment where she said I should be on Twitch. I'm not streaming on Twitch right now because what I'm talking about is specific just to LinkedIn. So yeah, that's why I didn't. I probably should have just gone ahead and streamed to all 3 places like normal, but I didn't. I just streamed to LinkedIn. So anyway, that's really all I have. Like I said, any questions about any of it, y'all drop them in the comments. I'm going to hang out. That is a great question, Travis. All right. So I have a little bit. So if I think of something that I want to ask my guest, I'll usually ask them, is there anything in particular you want me to touch on that you want to promote or you want to talk about or whatever? And I'll write that down. Or if I think of something that I want to be sure to remember to ask them during the show, I'll write it down and put it on a sticky note, like on my monitor or whatever. I really like the free flowing conversation. I usually have it in my head. We're going to talk about, if I was going to bring, Deb on, and Deb, I'm sorry, I don't even know what you do. That's terrible. But if I was going to bring Deb on, I'd research her profile. I will have already, looked at some of her past posts. I do a little bit of research beforehand. Hey, Margot. That's that Elgato face cam, Margot. It's a webcam. It's not even a DSLR or whatever it's called, or a mirrorless. Margot is one of Travis's clients that is a live stream. She's just like blown up with live streaming. And she does all of the things I've told you about as far as clipping the videos and posting it as content. And I don't know if she does a podcast or not, but she does all the things with live stream that you're supposed to do with live streaming. And she's absolutely crushing it right now. Yep. It's just an Elgato face cam. It's a $160 camera. It's pretty clean, isn't it? I love it. So y'all go connect with Margot and check out, like, if you go through her activity section, it's full of content from her live streams. And Marissa, she's a perfect example of what you're supposed to do in a live stream. And she has a fun session. She's a perfect example. I use this all the time. Like, I use Margot all the time, even though she's not my client. I use her show all the time as an example. Like, she has a fun session. And I don't know if she's still doing it, but she has a fun session. Are you still doing the Bean Boozled session or section of your show? She does a fun thing at the end of every show where they're asking questions. She's asking her guests questions, and they're eating Bean Boozled jelly beans, just to make it fun and interesting. I use that all the time when I'm talking to people about different ways and different strategies. Is you can throw something fun in there like that to keep people laughing. At you getting this nasty ass jelly bean in your mouth, right? Just little things like that you can throw into your live stream to, yeah, no, they were awesome. It was so epic to watch y'all. Goes to show you how long it's been since I've been able to catch one of your shows. But she does stuff like that to make it fun. And so you can do things like that too. You don't necessarily have to do Bean Boozled, but you can throw a section in your show where for the last 5 minutes or something, you have something fun that you do with your guests every time. That's kind of your signature, right? So yeah, it's your show. Have fun with it. You want to be sure that you do mix it up. You have some business content in there. You make it fun. You got to make it fun to get people to come back. You've got to engage with your audience. Shoot them a DM and thank them for coming afterwards or whatever. I need to get Margot on the show. I wanted to do it this year and it didn't work out, but she is still on the list, still on my list, I think. Let me just look real quick to make sure. So I would show you this, but I don't want to she's still on the list. Let's see. She is right there. I keep my prospective guests on just like a spreadsheet. Super informal, y'all. And then when I book them, I put them on the calendar. So if you want to check out my website, it's hitproductions.live. There's a place on there for you to sign up for my email list that I just started, just a weekly. I don't even want to call it a newsletter, but it's just an email once a week. I hadn't even come up with a specific day yet. Just usually whenever I have time to write it out and schedule it to send. I'll give some live streaming tips, random thoughts. Occasionally I'll throw stuff in there about, some of the services, or if I'm running an offer, or if I've got a new boot camp coming up or whatever. But it's not going to be all just, hey, buy my stuff. Even if I do put something in there about buy my stuff, there's always going to be something valuable in there for you to take away from it. So if you want to sign up for that, there's a place on the website to do that. If you want to contact me, obviously you can find me on LinkedIn, but there's a contact form on there too. There's also a link to the merch page. If y'all want to get some swanky Hit Productions merch, like this hat, hoodies, mugs, notebooks, backpacks, coffee mugs. Did I say that? Pint glasses. What else is on there? Socks, tote bags, all kinds of things. You can do that while you're there. I'm going to drop the sign up one more time. If you want to sign up for the boot camp, you can do that. The cutoff date is January the 3rd, a week before the start date of January the 10th. So the cutoff date is January the 3rd. No, I don't have underwear yet. That is a good idea. Oh, hang on. I'm texting Dana right now to see if we can put Dana right now to see if we can get some boxers on there. That is a great idea, Deb. That is a great idea. That's awesome. We'll see what comes of that. What else? I guess that's it. Any more questions? Comments? Criticisms? Something you'd like to see coming up in the next year of the show? I've already got guests booked out through the middle of February, I think. Got some really amazing guests. Let's just tell you who I've got. Where's my calendar? I've got Juliet PA is going to be the first guest of the year. Looking forward to that. She's a copywriter and brand coach. Bye, Deb. Thanks for dropping in. Looking forward to seeing you in January. Nicole Frazier is going to be on. Amy and Josh are going to be on. Nasheen I Chen is going to be on. Who's this? Carrie Barrett is going to be on. She is a video coach, and she's a Grammy. Is it a Grammy? Emmy award-winning news anchor that does video stuff now. Super cool woman. She's going to be on. Kelsey Boyer is going to be on. Some really cool people. I'm looking forward to it. New season is going to be awesome. So anyway, I guess I'm going to go. If y'all don't have anything else, just so you know, like this video clip on this outro I'm fixing to do, I made it in wave.video. Sorry, my nose is itching. So it's just an example of what you can do in it to make your live streams pop. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I'm going to go home and play with the dogs and eat some dinner. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Y'all have a good night, and I will see y'all in the feed.